But I like this COD thing. Right, so the idea that I've got, right, is the Your Journey podcast, right? It's basically me talking about someone's journey and where they're at in life. Now, it can be with someone who's my age, 22, who's really close to me, and we could have a deep conversation. You forget the camera's there, you don't front for the camera. It's me, for instance, having a conversation with my best friend Sam, and we'll just sit there and we'll talk about where he's at, how he's managed to buy a house, what he's done in his life so far to get where he's at. But also the things that he's failed at and the things that have let him down, and because I know there's a lot of shit like that comes into it because I've had these conversations with him. But to have that conversation with someone in front of a camera explaining their journey in their life, you can take something away from their failures and from their like progress. And then by doing so, you're learning from multiple different people. So for instance, you've got Sam, my best friend, on one. And then you could have someone like Ralph, who's very philosophical, and we'll discuss something like religion or something. These conversations, they can go anywhere. Just depends where their life's taken them. And that is eventually where we'll end up discussing. But because it's such an open field, it's such an open playing field because you've got so many different personalities coming on this podcast. But the whole idea is it's the Your Journey podcast, and it's just a blank man, yeah, like the emblem, the logo is just a man walking down this path with loads of different symbols representing the good, the bad, the love, the hate, just all these different ideas that have affected his life. But the whole thing about this and the ultimate goal of this is to give the viewers an insight to people's lives, to people's success, to people's failures, to people's everything, so that they can take away something from that podcast and then become better from it. And that is the ultimate idea. And I got that idea from watching Dan Bilzerian last night. He was talking about happiness and how money buys you pleasure, not happiness. And I've been looking for a way to define and look at, you know, try and make up that whole money doesn't buy happiness idea for a while. I've tried to like put a pin on it, you know. And last night, Dan Bilzerian explained it to Joe Rogan about money buys pleasure, not happiness. Summed it up for me personally. It might not sum it up for someone else, but it's what different people choose to take away from the podcast. And that's what's so brilliant about this whole thing. This kid's added me. How much are we paying him for?
$2.
Safe, yeah? Or Jameezy? We've got them both.